Events like this is you get a chance to sit down and, what do you do? And the answers that people come up with, whether they're a doctor, whether they're a teacher, whether they're, you hear so many stories, and I mean, I think Captain Lance represents that, but I don't think that those people need a name to be superheroes. I mean, their level of selflessness, it's almost better that they just exist in the shadows and just keep doing their thing.
I think it's a really good conversation starter, and a really good question about humanity and sort of why we resonate with superheroes in the first place. I was talking to Stephen about this a while ago, and how superheroes always need to be based in reality to a certain extent. We connect with them, they fight with their shadow. There's some things the superhero can't do. And I feel like Paul has that on the show, I really do. He's that type of superhero. When you're thinking about, the one behind the mask and the one sort of, actioning all over town, there's a reason we relate to those people, because when they fight for us, but there's things that we need to be able to relate with them on an emotional level, and how they can deal with humanity and their friends and their family, and getting sick themselves, and see how they grow through that, because that's a battle of its own. And it's a really, really beautiful question, and I don't think we gave you the flashy answer that we're looking for, but I really appreciate the question.
Well, I appreciate your insight, and I'd also like to put it out there. I've asked random people, because I feel like I'm in an environment of some of the most creative minds, probably, and I've been getting some wonderful.
What do you do?
I'm an artist and a teacher.
Well, there you go.
And I have, I'll share with you. I have a text this morning from a person who is an addiction counselor, and he knows that I'm here, and said, what if there was a superhero who could, walk into a bar, and this is kind of what I pictured, and there sitting on the bar was a person 3 months in total sobriety. At the same time, he's so tempted to take a drink. What could he do? It does not have to be, one of the things I thought, the herbs.
How about like Captain Tranquility? Give it a try.
Okay.
Don't do Captain Trank for sure, Bill. Thank you very much.
Great question.
Thank you very much.
Hello. I just wanted to know if you had to be any character from the DC universe, whether villain or hero, what would it be?
Didn't you already get asked that question? Oh, Marvel universe.
Arrow.
Oh, we're also asking Marvel.
I'm just gonna say Jimmy Olsen. I'm just gonna mix it up.
For me, it'd be another villain. Darkseid.
Yeah. Darkseid Superman.
I'd like to see some Batgirl.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Hi. First off, I want to say I hope you're having a great time this weekend.
We are, because this was the very first Heroes and Villains show back in 2015. Thank everyone, but we really consider San Jose to be our home show. We love you guys.
For all three of you. So all of your characters have scars and interesting stories that go along with it. And I was wondering if any of you have any interesting scar stories?
When I was 3.5, what? When I was 3.5, somebody spilled industrial drain cleaner. You're not laughing now, are you? I'm fine, by the way. But somebody spilled industrial drain cleaner in an underground parking lot. Didn't clean it up. I was a little guy. Came walking along, and I slipped in it, and I have and they did a wonderful job. It was a 4th degree chemical burn right here on my leg. So when I was a little kid, that went from here all the way down to there. So I went to Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto, which is the best children's hospital on the planet. I'm not saying that because I'm from there, I'm saying that because that's the truth. And look it up. And I had a skin graft then, and then I went back when I was in 2nd grade and just had some tension taken out of it. And I think one of the very best parts about it is that, you know, I walk around all the time and people never see it. Like even if...
I just noticed it like a couple months ago and I was like, what is that?
Doctors did a wonderful job. Really, really wonderful. Oh yeah, no, get right in there. I'm so excited for this photo on social media. Maybe more excited than I've ever been.
Good day for you, cutting hair.
Cutting hair and showing off scars. And by the way, every scar does have a story, and nobody should be ashamed of theirs because who cares? I will.
It's like early 2000s, you look good.
I fell in a river once. No, honestly, I was about 5 and I hit a rock on there's a little island, believe it or not, off right on the Detroit River called Belle Isle. And I fell on a rock and it's a scar to this day, still there, right there.
When people Instagram this stuff later, I'm ready for the meme caption. On Monday, we spent the whole panel talking about chins and shins.
Chins and shins.
Hair, leg.
I have a couple, but I'll give you
It's emotional, this scar.
We're talking physical scars. We're talking physical
easy. Sorry, just putting together my insides. Thanks. I was a no good teen.
No good. Teen up to no good. No good.
My mom doesn't like this story. There's a scar on the. I can't show you. My pants will not come out beside yours. There's a scar right here. It's about an inch long. It looks like It looks like a thin black line, like someone drew like a pen mark. Now, every so often I'll get to a new show or get to a new job, and if you're wearing shorts or something, like makeup artists will try and cover it up. I'll be like, wait, can you see that? Oh man, it's a dark day, I have to remember that. I was running away from some law enforcers. I was 14, it was rocky, it was the beach. Thank you all for noticing. No, I was not arrested. I won. And I slipped on one of these rocks. We have beaches in Canada. They're all rocks. Big rocks, like boulders. You don't lie down, you don't tan. There's no sand. You've never seen it. Especially where I'm from. And I slipped on this rock, and I was bleeding everywhere. And I had two of my best friends with me, whom I still know, and we had to sneak back into one of their parents' houses through the window with a bleeding leg. So there's blood on the side of the house now. And I had to wash my leg in the sink with iodine, and there's still a scar on my leg, and sometimes I think about it and go, who was that human being? Good thing you made it out alive.
Was that this past summer?
Yeah. I'm only 15, guys. It was, day to remember. My mom hates this story, so I'm really glad she's gonna get to see this.
It's on social media too.
Way ahead of you.
Birthday today. If we don't put this on social media, that'd be great. Happy birthday, Dad. I know, Dad and Yui and everyone else was standing.
Guys, we have time for a few more questions, so if you want to rapid fire them, so go ahead.
Lightning.
All right, so real quick, great shout out for Ravenclaw, anyone who's in that house. Yes! Other question, Stephen, you raised $35,000 for charity doing American Ninja Warrior, and you just slayed that course. It was amazing. But I wonder, David and Emily, could you beat his time?
It's not about time.
Stephen, you tell me, could I beat your time?
If I ever bet against any physical endeavor you undertaking, if I ever bet against you, I would go broke. So yeah, probably.
It's a good day today.
Thank you.
Love you guys, and I actually had a request. It's my sister's birthday. Whenever she give you a hug, or
Yeah, after the panel.
Yeah,
Right,
Jen had a hug at
that'd
their
be
table.
That'd be great. Awesome, man.
Go ahead.
Hi. So she kind of stole my thunder beforehand. I was going to say thank you, Stephen, for following up with the American Ninja Warrior Challenge. I was actually in Salt Lake when you said you would do it at your panel.
You understand that I couldn't lift my arms for weeks after.
Yes, we still greatly appreciate it. Your fan base loves seeing you in the elevator.
Good to see you, David. Yeah, and then the next episode was episode where every day started off with Emily just laying on the ground immobile, and the director going, "Pick her up."
I was like, yeah, pick me up.
So besides a thank you, the rumor had it you'd love to have an archery contest with Katniss and Legolas. Well, I can fill in for Katniss if you'd like. There's a setup outside.
Is that really?
Yes.
Can I be like,
Yes, Emily, you can be Legolas.
Is it real archery or is it like Nerf archery?
It's more like archery.
Like Nerf archery?
do you think
Alright, well that's not official. So if I have some time, where is it relative to where we
Like
are right now?
right out there.
Okay, if I have some
Walk through
time,
walls,
if
like
I have some time, I'll come by today.
We're going over there.
Yeah.
see you later.
Hope to see you there.
Doing all the autographs at the nurse table. Needs to see me there.
All right, hi. So the new movie Justice League just came out, right? I know that you already had a response to you being in Justice League, but can I hear that response again? As
I
to
did?
Why? I think you did a long time ago.
I mean, these are things that I think people think that we think about. But I mean,
Would you consider it?
sure.
If I start a petition?
Sure. I mean, I'm so happy with my role within the DC universe, and whether the Arrowverse, the DCEU, the DMV, the legal team,
The DMV, Department of
honestly, would I like to be in a sequel to the Justice League movie? Well, yeah, I like hanging out with Jason Momoa, so sure. But you want to cast like literally anyone to play Green Arrow in the next version? Don't care.
I want a
Okay,
good
it's all
looking
good.
guy.
Doesn't make any difference to me. What's that?
A good looking guy?
Oh, what?
Good looking. You're good looking.
I wish nothing but success for any project with these
Just hit my favorite joke of all time.
You what? You what? I said you look really nice.
That's how you subtly do it, David. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, you're hot too. And
One
really
more
nice out.
question. Two more questions.
Two more, please.
Hey guys, my name is Dino. So really cool to see you guys here. I just want to say first, the Architects crossover was awesome. Vortex Oliver crushes all the other villains that have appeared so far.
Thanks, man.
But my question is for David Ramsey. He said in episode 7 that last year's crossover, His Perfect Life, was being the Green Arrow, and I just wanted to know how long has Diggle wanted to be the Green Arrow?
How long has he won it? You know, that whole Dominators thing, we're going to play it out through the season. I don't know if he wants the mantle as much as he feels as if he, the mission has now become just as much a part of him as it is Oliver. And I think that's where his trajectory is. I don't think he wants necessarily to wear the hood as much as it is. He can lead the team and he can help the city. And I think he realizes that through the crusade that Oliver began. So I think that's more of the adjustment that I think we're going to make. You'll see that play out.
Did you say lead or leave?
Lead.
Oh.
But yes, I was going to give something away.
He just really wants the leather. Tell him he wants the green leather.
Diglett. I Diglett it.
Did you get it?
I Diglett it. Diglett it.
Ah.
Hello, my name is Christina, and this question is for Emily. Hi. Hi. Emily, have you ever thought, like, if it was up to you, what would Felicity's startup project be?
Oh, I always thought it was going to be about the chip in her back. Mostly because we didn't, the way we sort of ended that storyline, we did because we didn't have enough time, and I wanted more. And I just think that if we are able to dive back into that, we might actually get sort of like a full-fledged storyline from her and like her sort of recovery and like maybe seeing like how she dealt with, you know, everything she went through and also getting to help other people. So that to answer your question, that's what I always considered her startup with Curtis would be, and you know, mostly just having an alliance with, you know, like her company and sort of trying to figure out, figuring out the chip in her back and helping other people walk who can't.
Thank you. And thank you guys. Can we give it up to OTA and